His name online was Eth Father. He had thousands of followers, a consistent posting history, daily crypto analysis, market commentary, token recommendations backed by what looked like research, experience, and genuine insight. People trusted him, not blindly, the way you trust a stranger, but the way you trust someone you've followed for months. Someone whose calls have been consistent, someone who feels like part of your community. When Eth Father began talking about a new token, a Solana meme coin called CATFI, his followers listened. They invested. The token launched. The price climbed. The market cap hit $8.37 million. And then, in a matter of hours, it crashed to $12,000. 256 people lost money they will never get back. And Eth Father, he was never a real crypto analyst. He was a fraud. And in May 2026, South Korean prosecutors arrested him. Welcome to Exposure Bureau. Today, we're covering a case that made history, not just because of the money lost, but because of what it represents legally and criminally. This is the story of the CATFI rug pull, South Korea's first ever criminal prosecution for a decentralized exchange fraud. A case that exposed exactly how meme coin manipulation works and why the people running these schemes believed until very recently that they were completely untouchable. To understand this case, you need to understand the environment it operated in. Meme coins are cryptocurrencies with no underlying technology, no product, no service. Their value is entirely psychological, driven by community hype, social media momentum, and the fear of missing out. Platforms like Pump.Fun on the Solana blockchain allow anyone to create and launch a new token in minutes. No technical expertise required, no regulatory approval, no barrier to entry. In 2025 alone, the platform generated over $100 million in revenue, driven almost entirely by the volume of tokens being created and traded. But here's the number that matters. 62% of all meme coins launched in 2025 were flagged as potential scams within 30 days of launch. More than half. Created, hyped, pumped, and abandoned. This is the ecosystem that Eth Father operated in. And he understood it perfectly. The scheme didn't start with CATFI. It started with an identity. The main suspect, identified in court documents by the surname Park, built the Eth Father persona over time. Consistent posting, market analysis, token recommendations, a growing follower base that believed they were following a genuine independent crypto voice. This is critical, because in the meme coin world, influencer credibility is currency. A token recommended by a trusted figure gets attention. It gets buyers. It gets momentum. Park allegedly managed the Eth Father account while simultaneously controlling CATFI behind the scenes, the very token he would recommend to his audience as an independent third party. He was, in effect, playing both roles, the trusted advisor and the one setting the trap. February 2025, the group launched CATFI on Pump.Fun. From the start, the mechanics were designed to deceive. According to prosecutors, the group spread CATFI across multiple wallets to conceal the fact that the issuing side controlled the majority of the token supply. They used circular trading, buying and selling between their own accounts, to create the appearance of genuine market activity. To outside observers, it looked like a coin gaining organic traction. Meanwhile, Park's Eth Father account began promoting CATFI to followers, not as a project he was involved in, but as an opportunity he had independently identified. Follower counts were inflated, positive announcements were posted, false momentum was manufactured, new investors arrived, the price climbed, the market cap hit $8.37 million. And then, the group sold. all at once, mass selling into the demand they had created. The price collapsed from a multi-million-dollar valuation to $12,170 in hours. 256 investors were left holding tokens worth almost nothing. Total losses, approximately $650,000. The group's profit from the scheme, roughly $260,000. Here is the part of this story that explains why schemes like this have become so common. Decentralized exchanges, or DEXs, operate without a central authority. There is no company, no headquarters, no customer service department. Transactions happen directly between users, governed by code. For years, this meant that fraud carried out on a DEX existed in what regulators described as a legal gray zone. There was no clear framework for prosecuting it, no established precedent, no regulatory body with clear jurisdiction. Park and his associates almost certainly knew this. They operated on a decentralized platform specifically because it appeared to offer protection from consequences. They were wrong. South Korea had been sharpening its approach to crypto enforcement throughout 2025 and into 2026. A new piece of legislation, the Virtual Asset User Protection Act, had been introduced specifically to address the gaps in existing financial fraud law when applied to digital assets. The Seoul Southern District Prosecutor's Office established a dedicated joint investigation department for virtual asset crimes. When the CATFI collapse drew attention and investor complaints, investigators began tracing the on-chain activity. What they found was a clear pattern of coordinated wallet activity, circular trading, and concentrated token holdings, the fingerprints of deliberate manipulation. They identified Park as Eth Father. They traced his control of the project. They documented the timeline from launch to collapse. In May 2026, 5 people were charged. 2 were arrested. 3 were indicted without detention, not including individuals who had allegedly helped the main suspect flee. It was the first criminal prosecution in South Korea for a rug pull executed on a decentralized exchange, a legal milestone, and a warning to every operator running similar schemes across the globe. Here is the part of this story that tells you something about the strange psychology of the crypto market. When news of the arrests broke, traders on decentralized platforms began buying CATFI. The dead token, a coin that had been worth almost nothing since its collapse in early 2025, with no buyers recorded for months, surged 6,000% in a single day. Not because the project was revived, not because anyone recovered the investors' money, but because in the meme coin world, notoriety is its own form of momentum. A new social media account appeared for CATFI, claiming the team wanted to unrug the token. Meanwhile, the 256 original investors, the people who lost real money based on false recommendations from a fake influencer, remain largely uncompensated. For them, the lesson was expensive. For the regulators watching, it was exactly the evidence they needed. The CATFI case matters for one simple reason. It closes an assumption that scammers have relied on for years, that decentralized means untraceable, and untraceable means consequence-free. South Korean prosecutors proved otherwise. On-chain activity leaves a permanent record. Wallet patterns reveal coordination. Fake influencer identities can be traced to real people. The technology that enabled the fraud also documented it. But here is what this case cannot fix. The 256 people who lost money did so because they trusted someone who appeared credible, consistent, and independent. The fraud didn't work because of complex technology. It worked because a man spent months building a fake identity, and people believed it. In the meme coin world, and increasingly across all digital finance, the most dangerous thing is not a smart contract or a malicious wallet. It's a convincing voice telling you this one is different. This is the Exposure Bureau. Stay informed, stay skeptical. And before you take financial advice from anyone online, Ask yourself one question. Who is this person really?